Andrew, Kyle from Bolt Bros here. We are here after the loss versus the Giants week 4 loss. Man, what an absolute dumpster fire of a game. Yeah. There's so many things that are bad about that game.
Yeah.
That absolutely just was a frustrating game to watch all around. But you know what? You got to give your flowers to the Giants. They did what they needed to do. Dart did what he needed to do. The whole team looked better, recharged all around with Jaxson Dart as a quarterback. So we're going to jump in the stats. Got some slides for you guys too. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. So let's get it rolling.
All right, Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Oh, we lost Andrew.
Here we go.
Oh, there
Here we go. But you know, guys, this is an ugly one. This is one of those games that you're just like, as a Chargers fan, this is kind of what we expect every now and then, and this is what we got. Now, it's crazy to say, like in the broadcast, what do they say? This is the first win the Giants got since like September 27th of 1998. Yeah, it's been a while for the Giants.
That's insane.
Yeah. We only play them, 4 times or 1 time every 4 years, give or take. Maybe there's some one-off at some point, but
right.
Yeah, Chargers just play bad. That whole West Coast team going out and playing the East Coast team early in the morning, it just kind of throws things off sometimes.
Yeah, no, I don't buy any of that. I think it's going to be all Joe Alt went out. That was it. As soon as that happened, the game was cooked, dude. It was done. We were done after that. And we couldn't run the ball. We couldn't protect Justin Herbert. And he threw the ball all over the place. And he just couldn't do anything. It had nothing to do with the travel or any of that garbage. I just think bottom line, it was stuff. Our line has looked like garbage, and they have a good line. It reminded me a lot of the Houston Texans game. We were just getting dry humped up and down the field, right? But to your point, James, why weren't we using Omarion Hampton more, right? Exactly. It's garbage. And again, like, you can't even say Jaxson Dart beat us. He didn't. We just lost to ourselves 100%, right? It was us making our own mistakes. And let's go through the stats, because I think the stats say it all. I mean, it was just bottom line, this was an ugly game. And not playing elite football against a team that you should beat on paper, theoretically, it's embarrassing. Like, it's garbage. I promise you, it's going to be an ugly week for the Chargers. They're going to be pretty pissed. I mean, like, it's going to be bad. I mean, look at how bad this looks. Like, you know, the team stats in general. Let me just pull it up here real quick. And I just, man, I don't know, guys. What do you think the big difference in this game was? Because I mean, I think it was Joe Alt. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I know James thinks it's going to be traveling to the East Coast. I just feel like that's such a lame cop-out excuse. I just think the offensive line was weak, and it got even weaker when Joe Alt went out. And Deculus looked horrible. Like, he did not look good at all. I also think it was a little strange to me how we never really put we didn't really have a lot of protection on that side with him. I don't understand. I feel like this is a really poorly called game for Greg Roman as well. I think by far the worst game that he called all year, in my opinion. So,
but I also did feel a lot of people in the chat talks about defense too. I think the defense really kind of played soft, and they allowed Jaxson Dart to basically make those long runs where I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it was like 2nd and 10 or something. Oh yeah, he'll get 11 yards. No problem. Yeah. Like, he had the ability to run, and the defense did not play well, at least try to just spy on Jaxson Dart. And they only did that kind of late in the game.
Right.
Where they actually kind of looked at him thinking, oh, he's a running threat. I think that should have been one of the calls, or at least the game plan for this game any which way. Spy on Jaxson Dart. Make sure you attack him a ton. I mean, on top of that, the amount of penalties in this game was ridiculously high.
We'll go over that. I was
terrible.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. But, okay, let's make something very clear. Justin Herbert didn't have a great game. They got 11 points off turnovers, okay? So let's just make that really clear. Like, yes, Herbert didn't have a great game, but why didn't we feed the ball more to Omarion Hampton? Look at that. 12 carries. That's ridiculous. That's over,
Ridiculous.
It's over
Yeah.
10 yards a
12.8
carry.
yards.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's almost like 10. Yeah, almost 11
Like-
yards a carry.
Yeah.
and,
Crazy.
and
It's
I
working.
get it.
Keep it going.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Our offensive line wasn't playing great, but look, Justin Herbert's getting dry humped up and down the field, right?
Yeah.
Jaxson Dart did not beat us, 13 for 20. So here's the thing. I will say this. Jaxson Dart, I promise you what he said was, okay, read 1, read 2. You don't see it, you run. That's it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And they did spy. And again, you got to remember too, defensively, we run zone. We rush 4. We are the least blitzing team in the NFL, or one of the least blitzing teams in the NFL. And you saw that today. Like, we just didn't blitz, right? We keep everything in front of us. Jaxson Dart did not beat us deep, right? At all.
Yep.
So the reality was they did just enough to win the game. And it was turnovers. The tip ball, 3 points, difference in the score. And then they got a touchdown off the second one, right? So,
yeah,
it is what it is, right? You can't do things like that and expect to win. But then Cam Scatterbo, dude, look, he's probably got I don't know, man. I've never been a fan of running quarterbacks and people that run like this, right? One thing about LaDainian Tomlinson, and I'll be quiet about this, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. He never took hard hits. Cam Scatterbo has a lot more games left ahead of him. He's on my fantasy team, so I would want to see him continue to play. But my point is, like, dude, you're not going to play in the NFL that long. Same with Jaxson Dart. And you can't, this is my point. You cannot have a running quarterback in the NFL. Lamar Jackson has been able to do it. Patrick Mahomes does it, but he does it very selectively, right? When he knows there's open field in front of him. Cam Scatterbo, he's eventually going to get a concussion, or he's going to be out. I don't know. That's my take on it. I don't know. What are your thoughts as far as that's concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I was mentioning that during our stream, that like
Cam already has a CTE.
yeah. I mean, it's very possible that Cam, Scatterbo he's asking for CTE, the way he's running.
For sure.
Like, I mean, yeah, you can't run like that for a long time. And I hope that he adjusts the way he does things soon, because that's not a good look for himself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to the point, I mean,
look at this.
And I'm going to even just say this a little bit more as an excuse too. I mean, we could easily say the excuses of like a loss of Joe Alt, but they also had a loss of Malik Neighbors too. He's out for the season 100%.
Yeah, but your offense completely changes when that happens. And think of it this way. They ran the ball and they knew they were running the ball, right? So you knew they weren't throwing the ball deep, and we stayed in too high safety the entire time.
Yeah.
So I guess the other argument defensively is we could have at least pressured more. We did at the end of the game.
Yep.
But, I think it was a mixture of both things. But the line is leaky. It is leaky at best.
So it's kind of an interesting stat looking at PFF on this one too. I mean, just to speak personally just about, like, say, the offensive line to what we were able to do to their offensive line. Chargers allowed 27 pressures in this game.
Yeah.
27. And last game was 20 against the Broncos, which is a high blitz type defense. New York Giants only allowed 16 to a offensive line that has not been really that good at all this game. Giants did allow 6 sacks in this game. Chargers only allowed 2, which sounds ridiculous to even say, because it seemed like
pressure the whole time.
Yeah. Hits allowed. Chargers allowed 10 hits, 10 quarterback hits. Giants only 2. So they did a good job of moving it around quite a bit too, for Jaxson Dart to not take a lot of hits. Him hitting the helmet and basically probably jacking up his hand too was kind of another thing too. But and then hurries allowed. Chargers allowed 11 hurries on this one. Giants only 5. Unblockable pressures allowed 7 even on both sides. So bottom line, our offensive line could be an absolute mess and could be a liability. Kyle, I think he talked a little bit about it last week. It's like, this is not good. This is not good. Like, with Joe Alt out with a high ankle sprain, high ankle sprain, just as an example, Denzel Perryman is on the IR for a high ankle sprain. It could be 4 weeks potentially. It could get really tough on that O-line, guys.
Yep.
From what's coming up. So sorry, I went a little bit on a tangent there, but
no. But you're exactly right. I mean, that's the point, right? But I mean, look at this. So sometimes I think also that this is why I think stats or yards don't matter as much. Look at this.
Yep.
250. Again, it was the turnovers. That's all I'm saying. It was really the turnovers, but it was also the pressures. See, this is why I also think sacks are great, but pressures do almost exactly the same thing, right?
Sure.
And sadly, Declan is not good. At least we traded for the guy. I mean, he's probably better than Foster Sorrell, who was called up. But, anyways, my point is he didn't do that great either. Well, he didn't come in, but I'm almost surprised he didn't come in at some point. But, man, it's pretty bad when Pipkins is one of our better offensive line. That says a lot.
Yeah.
With total yards, 338. So we had way more than they did, right? But passing yards, much better. Again, Dart looked okay at times, I think after the hamstring injury, he seemed to be a little bit more timid, right? And I think that's where they started focusing on rushing. But, yards per play, look, we had more explosive plays, right? Again, we turned over the ball. Those 2 interceptions was the difference in the game. And, you can't win if you give a good like every team in the NFL is good.
Right.
Period. Right.
Yep.
Any given Sunday, there's a whole movie about it, right? Any given Sunday, any team can show up and beat you. But if you're an elite team, which like we're hoping the Chargers are, you should be able to handle your business against a team like the Giants, right? Especially against a rookie quarterback, right?
Well,
and the O-line is definitely hurting Herbert for sure.
The big thing too about those turnovers, it gave short fields to the Giants for both.
Very true.
100%.
So like go back to the interception that happened, 4 plays, 12 yards, a minute 23, Chargers basically threw the interception, tip pass. Basically it's 1st and goal at that point at Los Angeles Chargers 3. All right, cool. Right tackle. 1st and goal basically got, was a 1-yard run, had a 5-yard penalty. Also 2 after that, or before that 5-yard penalty, 1-yard run, 4-yard run, -1 run yard, and then basically field goal. The following one, and this is the one where I think it was Dexter Lawrence basically ran it back almost to the goal line. Now, shout out to Justin Herbert for making that tackle too. That was a clear touchdown, big boy touchdown.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Second interception was basically on the Chargers 3 again. Yep. You give a short field and you give turnovers like that, it is very difficult to not allow a touchdown or a field goal. And it's pretty much just a guaranteed points for them at that point. I mean, it could have been worse, but short fields, any NFL player, rookie or not, first starter, whatnot, is going to find a way to score.
Right.
But look at this too. This is the other thing.
It's
14 penalties.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how many penalties did we have all season?
Yeah.
Definitely not 14. This was the ugliest game we had.
It was crazy. I was like, how is that even happening?
Picked up the penalty habit from the Broncos from last week. That's what we
did.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And like, again, turnovers and penalties is what killed us. Right. So look, I think, and again, only 2 sacks allowed. So, and this is where I think Justin Herbert makes the offensive line look better than it actually is. He's very good at maneuvering the pocket. He's very good at that. So I'm a little shocked there's only 2, but the pressures were just, how many pressures did you say we had?
We gave up 27 total pressures. That's bad.
And again, if you could say anything about the running game, they had time of possession. Yeah. Right.
By the way, first 3 weeks of the season, we had 15 penalties total.
Wow. So we literally
basically.
So we gave up as many penalties we had all 3 games. That's I was going to say, because I know we were clean in the other games. So
crazy.
Wow. That's so crazy. Look, like it's tough. This is one of those games you go, holy crap, this freaking sucks. And it is what it is. I mean, you can't argue it anymore. But Justin Herbert didn't have the best game. But again, I can't go back to this. Like, why? I don't understand. I get it when you have Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnson. It's easy to say, hey, these are great looking plays. They're doing well. But you're also putting Justin Herbert in harm's way. So that's kind of my take.
Well, even to say there was a couple times that Justin Herbert decided to throw the ball when he could have just ran the ball too.
Yeah.
So, and I will say this game started kind of unraveling a little bit because you think about the first 20 plays for a player. That's like the very critical to get kind of a rhythm of the game, get things rolling. Think about the drop catches by Ladd McConkey. Think about the drop catches from Quentin Johnston. Like he could not get in a rhythm. If you even look at like the play-by-play for this game, quarter 1 was basically a wash for us at that point. Like we didn't do anything. We punted off after 3 plays. They got a touchdown. We had 8 plays, 29 yards, basically punted it off, they punted it back to us. Then we had an interception at that point for another 4 plays. We only held the ball for give or take. It looks, and I'll just say ballpark 6 minutes of the quarter. Too. So we just kind of could not get into a rhythm until basically 10-play drive that we had kind of into the second quarter, about a 5-minute 41-second, and then we had a 8-play minute 25 75-yard. Well, it was actually a Quentin Johnson bomb that he caught. So it's just we could not get in a rhythm. I hate when you go into a quarter and you start out with your book of plays and it just does not work. So that could be a call. It could be Greg Roman issue at that point too. But also, players do need to catch the ball too. That helps out a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, Herbert did everything he could, right? QJ, dude, let's give it up for freaking QJ, man. I'm not joking. Like,
Great.
hey, I got some expensive QJ rookie cards that I'm kind of excited they might be going up in price right now, which is cool. But I'm just saying, it's good to see him finally be the first round draft pick we thought he could be, right? And but it is a little distressing. Like, I didn't understand why we didn't have some additional blocking on the line, right? Maybe because I thought, well, the pressure's coming up the middle. We couldn't pick up the stunts, a la the Houston Texans game last year, right? And so, well, do something different, right? Maybe have 2 running backs, right, in the backfield, so then you can at least have the up the middle pressure, So I don't know. So
interesting observation. My boy Angelo, I was at the Bolt Pride 602 watch party, and he kind of observed it because I guess he did a lot of coaching of cornerbacks back in the days.
Oh, he did.
And he observed a little bit about Quentin Johnson. He said Quentin Johnson will catch the ball if the ball's thrown to his right shoulder. He can't catch it if it's on the left side of his shoulder for some weird reason, which is a weird thing to look at. But if you look at all of his catches, he's always catching it on the right side shoulder. You think of any over the shoulder type catches on the left side or anything more left side of his body, he can't catch. So he's a right side type of wide receiver pretty much, which kind of limits a little bit of his game. So as I'm saying that, it's just one of those things that I think I'm going to look at, like the catching stats of him and see kind of what he's looking like, where he's catching balls throughout the field. But that's an interesting observation. Just keep an eye on Quentin Johnson. He does better when he catches the ball on his right shoulder, which is maybe something's up with his neck. I don't know. Maybe something's going on there. It's a really weird observation, but this game, he only caught the ball on his right side. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because he's got something a little bit like Zoolander,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
He's not an ambi turner.
He's not an ambi turner.
I think I said something about UPS. They could only turn right, basically. And
right.
That's basically it. They can only go one direction. That's it.
Right.
But let's talk about Omarion, man. It's such a great game. This run was great too.
Yep.
I do wonder if Herbert was a little hurt. He kind of looked at his hand one time, and I was like, I don't know. We'll see. But Quentin, again, can't say enough about him. I mean, but Omarion, look at that. Even 5 for 37. I mean, this guy is, dude, looking way better than Genty for sure.
Yep.
In fact, I had a good conversation with a buddy of mine playing softball, and he's like, I'm so mad we should have gotten Hampton. I was like, yeah, you should have. You went with Genty, which he hasn't looked that great so far. But anyways,
right.
Theo.
Ben Herbert needs to be fired. He is trash. Okay.
That's
a hot take.
A little bit of a hot take there, buddy.
I don't know if you guys have seen that in the this chat, whatever, like that. Like they're hot right now for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone is pissed, and it is unwarranted. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we lose one freaking game. Yes, we know we need to fix the run game. Yes, we know that we should have stuck with our offensive line is struggling right now. Like a lot of different things happen right here. It ain't the end of the world, guys. Like I'm saying, we lost to an NFC game. Sure, that they're a trash team right now, but they stepped up and they showed up or whatever like that,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay, fine.
A win's a win. A win's a win.
A win is a win for sure, but look, like I said, the only time that we need to absolutely beat an NFC team is guess what game?
Super Bowl,
baby. That's the only time that it's 100% critical to beat an NFC team.
Super Bowl.
That's right. So y'all in the chat really just need to chill the F out, because this is not the end of the world. Like, we're not going to go on this massive losing streak. At least I don't believe so.
But again, it is frustrating to lose to a team that we should.
Yes, of course.
I understand that. So, anyway, this is a bit of a therapy session. Okay, so Taylor says that second pick, Herbert, was his fault to force a penalty. Go back and watch again if you think it's otherwise. That second pick.
Yeah, because I think that was the one that was a little bit of a tip, kind of like low, caught kind of low on the ground. But I think he was thinking that there was going to be some sort of penalty there too, which Yeah, I'll take a look at the tape on that one. I want to look back on that one, but I thought it was more of just a tip pass more than anything.
Yeah.
Again.
It did look like a tip pass, I thought too, and then obviously there was the penalty on it anyways because it was a rub route or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but again, it's tough, dude. Guys, again, we hold this team to a high esteem. I get it, but like you sometimes have off days, and they looked a little off for some reason today. I don't know, maybe who knows? They weren't blue chewed up, guys. You know what I mean?
But I mean that goes back to my initial thought. And by the way, Taylor, super chat too. By the way,
yes, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat, 100%.
But I mean, that does go back to that point. I mean, if you've ever gone from West Coast to East Coast, I mean, 4-hour flight, give or take, your brain kind of feels a little bit scrambled one way or another because 10 a.m. start time is for us is a 1 a.m. for them type thing. There is, to me, I always feel worse flying from the West Coast to the East Coast versus flying out to Europe for some weird reason. Like, I don't get it. There is like some cobwebs you got to get through and everything too. It's really, really annoying. But hey, I'm not making excuses. We just played flat. We played bad. We played like we were very lethargic throughout. And Thule with 4 sacks.
4 sacks.
TT.
T's in the chat. Let's go.
That is ridiculous.
I saw that. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you what he can do. And again, Deion Henley has looked amazing too. Again, I didn't realize this. So he had an infection in his tonsils. He lost, I think they said he lost like 20 pounds, something like that, right?
Deion?
Deion, yeah. So that's why he was sick. It wasn't a flu, it was some sort of infection. And so he was like really sick. He lost a lot of weight. He couldn't eat. And anyway, so they're trying to pack. So he's not 100%, right? But Derwin had a good game too. I mean, look, Troy Dye even looked good, dude. Deshaun Ham looked good. I mean, look, we looked fine. Again, one of the things I will say about the defense in general, we run a pretty base defense, guys. It's pretty much just zoned. It's cover 2. It's too high safety. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not. We blitz a lot less than any other team in the NFL. In fact, let me double check that real quick. I'm gonna see what AI's got to say.
By the way, Taylor just put another $5 super chat in, by the way, too. Thank you, Taylor. Once again, that's right. That was the play, the Ladd, McConkey, Herbert. It was actually the collision with Conkey, too. McConkey to Conklin, I should say. They basically kind of collided with each other. I see what they were doing. They were crossing pass. Conklin probably made the wrong route on it, too. I know it's kind of almost like a little bit of a rub route type situation, too. And it became a tight situation. And that was pretty bad. I mean, and I think it could be also he was trying to get PI, but I think it also was just basically a bad rub route, pretty much. And Conklin was going to basically allow McConkey to be open on that one if it worked out. Now, McConklin did not. Ladd did not have a very good game at all in this one. This was a bad game for him.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder why. And again, you wouldn't say it's because of the defenders, but man, I don't know, for some reason he just kind of struggled. And Taylor, thank you again so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I overblamed the coaches for not planning better. Look, let me just say this. They have a great defensive line, guys. Let's make that very clear. They do. It reminds me, this game reminded me so much of the Houston Texans game that James and I were at.
Yep.
Overpaid for our tickets, big time. Thanks to James, but still had a great time. Still had a great time out there. It was amazing, but we had a great time. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, it was weird. I did also find that the kickoff was weird that Tarheeb was taking punt returns. I
agree.
That was weird to me. I was like, why is he doing that? Right? I mean, that was just, I don't know what happened. Like, why not Keandre Lambert-Smith? It just made no sense to me. I didn't understand that at all.
I mean, it was so weird. And it's like they played Kamani Vidal fielding kicks, and then they put KLS, and then they put Tarheeb still. Like, my opinion, don't put a guy who's a starting corner for you back there fielding kicks and put him in a potential situation where he could get popped, basically.
Okay, here we go. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Bottom line, the way that Tarheeb still was running the ball, he was running east-west, not north-south. And that was really frustrating to watch. Very, very frustrating to watch.
Okay, so let me just say this. Through week 3, it's only week 3, so it's not taking account week 4. 2025, the Chargers defense has blitz rate of 14.3%, making them the second lowest blitzing team in the NFL.
Hmm.
and the Bengals are at 6.6%. Wow, that's terrible.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, not that that's terrible, but the Bengals have a really crappy defense. Like they don't have hardly anybody. Boy, that's really interesting. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, so I knew we were low blitz because again, and I've said this so many times. We probably don't need to show this anymore, guys. Sorry leaving that up there. If you can put pressure, stop the run, and get enough pressure on the quarterback with 4 guys, you're going to win the game. And that's exactly what the Giants did, right? They did enough to stop the Chargers because you're always going to be plus category in the defensive backfield. It doesn't matter. So even if they catch the ball, they're going to get hit, and if you can put pressure, and Justin Herbert was running for his life, dude. Come on now, dude. Yep. He was running for his freaking life. Like, oh, crap, throw the ball. So not good.
Yeah, Austin Deckless. I mean, basically Abdul Carter, that whole situation there was bad. Yeah. And I mean, that was not a good situation by any means. And going back to your point, Andrew, like you talked about it, when Joe Alt went out, the game changed for the Giants at that point. Yep. Like they
just pinned their ears back.
Yep. And it was pretty bad. So
yeah, the one thing though, but again, they could put pressure on us with 4 guys. They didn't have to rush 5. They didn't have to rush 6. They did occasionally, but dude, that's elite. That is an elite line, guys. And so, yeah.
Very, very good.
Joe Alt, no idea. Let me see if there's any news on it. Anybody have any news? Put that in the chat, guys. Let's see.
All I know is it was an ankle sprain. I did kind of look it up. Potentially. So if it was, if it's a mid-grade 1, he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. If it's moderate, it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. If it's severe, then that's season ending. So.
And I would probably put this more on the moderate side of things. The way that it looked, it's not like it was completely folded on it too. He was in a boot on the sidelines in street clothes too. So
and he did kind of walk off the field a little bit, So yeah.
I mean, you always, whenever you see the cart come out picking up a player, that's generally a bad thing. But I don't think that was that bad of a situation with this one.
Right.
But
and I will say, this is a freaking big dude, man. He is a big. He is. But his footwork was terrible. But you know what? But good on this team. Good on Joe Ortiz to go out and trade for this guy. I mean, you might say he sucks, but we would be potentially in a worse position if we had not made that move before the season started. So, but again, what I would have done, let's say I'm Greg Roman and I'm not clearly, but why not have Matlock on that side? Shift him over. Put one extra guy there on that side, right? Help him out, right? Or slide one of your tight ends, or go 2 tight ends. I just feel like, and then have less wide receivers. Either way, it would make a big difference. So anyhow, just some of my final thoughts.
Big time. You guys want to do a quick word from our sponsor?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Andrew, you want to go ahead and hit it?
Oh, well, never mind. Okay. We lost him. Yeah.
Never mind. He bounced out.
I'll hit it.
I'll do it. Okay, get it.
All right.
Have you heard about the Sleeper app? Well, let me tell you all about it. Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect over sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real life with other users. Get the fastest scores, blazing fast news, and alerts right at your fingertips. Play in fantasy leagues and win real money on pick contests so you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be together. Download the #1 sports app today. Plus, you get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use.
All right.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fun. And honestly, like I actually end up losing, of course. When Malik Neighbors went down, that totally killed my my picks. I was like, well, there it is. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it's the ironic thing about it is that I thought the Malik Neighbors situation was going to be bad for the Giants. Didn't seem to be an issue. Andrew even hit me up saying, "Hey, was Malik Neighbors on your fantasy football team?" Yeah, he was not. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't need another injured player by any means, but there's a lot about this game, guys. It's disheartening to see, but once again, there's a lot of teams out there that are good NFL teams, regardless of what record is going on there. Even the Bills had a little bit of struggle with the Saints too. Teams will stumble a little bit too. So I think we just got to basically give our kudos, give our flowers basically to the Giants. They did what they needed to do. So.
So Aether says,
fix your mic.
Oh yeah, your mic. Yeah.
Golly. Aether says that
Fix it still.
Aether says that
There
the MRI is coming optimistic. That's not serious.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Alt's going to be that big of an issue. I think he'll be out there soon enough. So
well, it's kind of like when Pipkins went out last week.
Mhm.
He said at the end, he's like, "Oh, I wasn't serious, you know."
Yep.
But either way.
Right. Yeah. And Eddie, this is actually one thing too with the next week. You know, you go ahead and say you put Deckless basically on the left tackle, Zion Johnson left guard, Bradley Bozeman, Jamari Sawyer, and Trey Pipkins. Essentially, that is going to be the starting, situation. Now you also could even shift if you want to do. You could put Jamari to tackle, which he's done that.
Yep.
If you want to, you could even put Andre James at the guard position if you want to too. There's a lot of ways that they could shift things around. So that'll definitely be something to keep an eye on for this week, just to kind of see what they're doing in camp. And that's something I'm definitely going to keep my eye on too. So
yeah, pretty interesting, but definitely a frustrating situation for sure.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump in the slides here real quick. Don't got too much slides. I know we chatted a lot about kind of what things we saw statistically throughout this game, but this is something that I thought was kind of interesting. This is before the game too. Giants first round draft pick quarterbacks in their first start. This is what they basically did in the past. Daniel Jones ironically lit up the Bucks, 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, win 32-31. Eli Manning, 2004, lost to the Atlanta Falcons. But then Phil Simms ended up getting a dub with basically 37 pass yards in 1979, which is ridiculous. How is that even possible? But Jaxson Dart basically came out and ended up winning this game for the Giants. First time since 1998, September 27th, 1998, that the Giants have beat the Chargers, which is crazy to see. And it's not like Jaxson Dart had a huge game. 13 for 20, just efficient type game, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. He did get sacked 5 times. I thought it was kind of funny that when Russell Wilson came in, he basically got sacked the first play, which it was it made me laugh. But bottom line, Jaxson Dart just did just enough to basically win this one. We basically gave up too many opportunities through turnovers. They got basically 10 points out of that. Actually 11 points with a 2-point conversion. He did enough basically to get the win. And we just played bad throughout the game.
Yeah, pretty much. And by the way, have we talked about this, James? It is your birthday. So everyone just put a little birthday.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Right.
Birthday bolt for James. All he wanted for his birthday was a Chargers victory. And unfortunately, we didn't get it, though. So
that's what I wanted. And did not happen. What a bummer. But either which way. And actually, I will also say there is some other Libros like Miguel Guzman is in the chat. He is a Libro. We are both the same birthday, September 28th, by the way. So we are true Libros. Bummer Miguel, but bummer for all the Chargers fans. Ultimately, man, it was a bummer to basically see all this happen. And it is what it is, man. But move on to the next game. The most important game is the next game, right?
That's right.
So
that's right.
100%, man.
That's Commanders back at home.
Yeah, and they're a good team. So
they
are a good team, guys. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I guess the Bolt Bros aren't going to be there for that one. We're thinking about the Colts. That could be a interesting game as well for us as well too. But
for sure.
But
just to throw it out there too, Falcons did beat the Commanders 34-27 today. By the way, what a bounce back for the Falcons after getting smoked by the Panthers last week. Pretty crazy to see. So. Anyways, let's go Ravens, let's go Bears, and let's go Bengals. Let's make that happen.
Aether, $1.
My guy.
That's for you. That's a happy birthday.
Hey man.
James is 65 right now.
I am 65 years old, young.
Yeah.
Dang,
he's got Benjamin Button's disease, so he's aging into a bullet. So, just so you guys know.
Man, that would be epic.
Yeah, he's a bit of an anomaly right there. So, yeah.
Just to move on to, I just wanted to reiterate this slide that we did in our pregame show.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a trap game or is this my Chargers anxiety doing laps? And basically, yeah, it was my anxiety, trap game, all that kind of stuff that pretty much happened in this one. So kind of a bummer to see, but you know, you win some, you lose some, right? And you know, it's most important game is the next one, right?
Yeah, and again, I said this already. I don't want to continue repeating myself, but I tend to do that anyways. But so I just think it's the freaking defensive line. They freaking dry humped us up and down the field. Justin Herbert was running for his life. You know, you can argue all day that Ladd had a bad game, all the above, but I would say these last 2 games have been really horrible. So they've done a very bad job of making the protection work for what we have right now. Again, you can make arguments all day. Joe Alt's out. You know, we don't have Rashawn Slater. I know that all sucks. We all get it. But come on, dude. Like, oh yeah, here we go. We blame Adam Stank. He jinxed us. I know. He finally picked us. He's like, oh yeah, you guys suck, dude. And he gave us like way too many points too. He's like 21-6 or something like that. You know, it's like, come on, dude. Adam Stank.
Come on, Stank.
Come on, Stank. We don't like you, dude.
Get off of our Chargers, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I will say this is a good point too. We're missing Will Dissly again. You know, let me ask this question though, because I do wonder. Like Troy Dye has looked pretty good out there, but would it have made a difference if we had Denzel Perriman? I mean, he's been out. He could be back this week, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be this week. He could potentially be off the IR. Yeah.
So yeah, and I do wonder how that's played out. But again, you know, the takeaways hasn't happened so far. They're just kind of keeping everything in front of them. So anyways.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we'll see what pans out. Week 4, there's going to be some adjustments for sure happening on this O-line and potentially even defensively too, I think. But moving on to the next one, we already chatted about it, but Joe Alt, this is Ian Rappaport's tweet, carted off, had x-rays that were negative. Source says the initial diagnosis was a high ankle sprain, but we'll have an MRI to confirm. So I don't feel like it was that bad of looking like his ankle was getting folded or anything like that. It didn't seem as bad, but gosh, when I saw that when he was coming off the field, I was like, oh no.
That was definitely not.
Come on now, dog.
Come on, dog.
Come on now, dog. Come on now, dog. I mean, seriously, I was like, crap, dude. I'll be honest with you, I had a pit in my stomach. At that exact moment, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Like I felt at that moment, the worm has turned the wrong direction. It's crawling the wrong way, right? So I was very unhappy with that.
You know, in the chat too, I think they said one of them was I think it might have been Eddie here. Yeah, exactly. Is not creating takeaways. We weren't able to do that. I think there was also a lack of discipline with this team too. And that kind of stems from a lot of the penalties too. So
well, there was like 2 fumbles, but we just didn't recover them. You know? Yeah. And that's the way that it goes sometimes. Like so. Like no, there was potential turnover opportunities, but we just didn't capitalize on them. You know, like the ball bounced out in the wrong spot. You know, like they weren't there ready to grab it and stuff like that. You know, so I mean that would have been huge. That would have been a game changer for sure if we had those fumbles. You know.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah. And one of them was right at the goal line too.
Yeah, right.
And that would have been just exactly kind of neutralizing what the Giants had with their 2 turnovers. Yes. It's giving one of those to balance things out a little bit too. So,
you know, one thing I will say that will make everyone happier is if you buy some Bolt Bros merch. So this is a new hat, guys. I just want to say here's the actual merch right here. So give it a shot right now. I mean, this hat's pretty amazing. A little dad hat. I got another one here too.
This guy, dude. This guy's over here plugging it in, dude.
Here's the other one. See, you get both. Very exciting, guys. I'm just saying, it'll make you happy, you know.
Yeah. And the link's in the chat. There you go, man. Let's go. That was a shameless plug right there.
I know that was pretty tacky. I apologize, guys. That was tacky.
That's what's up.
I will say this. We did work pretty hard on it. I will say this. You know, James put a lot of effort into it. So, you know, anyways. Yeah, just little shopping therapy. What do you say, huh?
That's right, dude. Yeah, it's spite shopping. You know, let's do
spite. Right. Yeah. Someone buy 100 hats, we'd be very happy. That'd be incredible. Or just get a membership to the channel as well too. So
there you go.
Right. You know people like the BBC. You know,
The
BBC.
channel out of London. What are you talking about? The BBC.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the Bolt
Bolt
Bros
Bros
Club.
Club.
Oh,
dude.
okay, got it. Okay.
Everyone, you know,
We're
everyone
the real
loves to
BBC. They
get
bit
on
off
top.
us. I get it.
Get on top of the BBC. You know, It's
That's
all
right.
good.
That's right, baby. That's right. Well, let's talk a little bit about Justin Herbert. I know we chatted about it quite a bit. PFF basically had, and he was running for his life pretty much this whole game. He only had 2.54 seconds to throw in this game. In comparison, Jaxson Dart had 2.98 seconds. So almost a whole half second more than basically Justin Herbert too.
Yeah.
You know, going to like average depth of target, Justin Herbert 6.3, Jaxson Dart almost dominated pretty much everything. Average depth of target at 7.2. He had a short side of the sticks at 60% to Justin Herbert at 63.4. Pass the sticks 35% for Jaxson Dart's throws versus 29% for Justin Herbert. You know, yards after catch, Jaxson Dart 58.6 versus Justin Herbert at 43.8%. So I mean, it's the O-line just kind of can't keep things rolling, man. And I mean, I think we might need to do a lot of jumbo type situations. We needed to run the freaking ball.
Yeah.
It was working for us. Run
See,
the freaking ball.
Why? But I didn't probably say this the right way. Why didn't we go back to what we were doing against the Chiefs? Right. I felt like with those jumbo sets, I know it's like, well, let's spread everybody out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you got 5 dudes and you got 4 freaking elite running, pass rushers coming out and slamming into Justin Herbert, man. I mean, let's look at his stats for the game here. I wanted to pull this up. I was pulling it up as we were chatting. And, he had some incomplete passes here too, but a few in the middle of the field. But it is interesting how he does group it more on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot more. Of course, he is right-handed, so that I guess it does make more sense. But but pretty interesting though. I was a little surprised by that. But obviously, this one deep pass was incredible.
It was a great catch. Great catch,
awesome.
God, that was so amazing.
Yeah.
But again, he was 23 for 41. I just feel like 41 passes is a little too much, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I just think it's too much.
Well, especially when Hampton was freaking, dude, he was cooking, man.
Yeah.
This is why not, man? Just let him run more, I mean, sure, we were playing from behind, and so like we wanted to kind of, catch up a little bit more, but like if it's working, just let him cook.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So Miguel's blaming the all-white unis. I like the all-white unis now. I didn't like them for a long time. I was like, these are so stupid. Now I'm like going, no, they're pretty cool. I'm okay with them.
Are the all whites the new
Curse?
the curse jersey, the Navy jersey? Maybe that's what it is. Because the last time I think we beat the Giants, we were wearing the Royals, and that was that deep pass basically to and it was like a 70-yard bomb, I believe, to Guyton, I believe for that game.
Guyton,
that was ridiculous throw and everything too. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Long season. We'll see if the whites could kind of show out and find a way to get us a dub at some point. So but speaking of one player that actually killed it in this game, Tuli Tuipulotu, phenomenal game for him. 4 sacks for him. He just absolutely looked like he was taking control of the game for himself and being that leader that he should be, and even to say that too, he had, dude, it's crazy to look at his stats. 10 total tackles, 7 solo, 4 sacks, and 5 tackles for loss on top of that too. I mean, the guy was a menace out there.
Absolutely. Just freaking deep penetration,
He was going.
He was all about that penetration. You know what I'm saying?
So many jokes there.
I know, right? Jeez Louise. Chill out, bro. And
it's a family show, Kyle. Come on now. Come on now, dog.
Talking about, man. Hey, I'm just
come on now, dog.
You're just breaking through the offensive line, man. What's
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just to contrast, the entire team had 8 tackles for a loss. He had basically 5 of those himself, 6 sacks, and then he had obviously 4 of those too. So what a stud. Tuli came out there, man. Put T's in the chats, guys. It was great to see him out there doing his thing. And, bottom line, the whole thing it reminded me was, man, we need Khalil Mack back, man. We need him back.
Yeah.
And we need him back bad. So, I mean.
And I did look up that as well, by the way. So Khalil Mack is eligible to return on this week 7. So for the Colts game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right. I'll say this too. One thing for me, as far as a loss is concerned. I don't, as much as this loss sucks because it's the Giants, a team that we should beat technically. The worst ones is when you get blown out. When you show up okay, softball. You guys know I play softball. Friday night, I show up to my softball game. I'm not joking. They had like professional softball players on the other team. We got smoked 35-3. I'm like, what in the hell are we even doing out here? And I'm not joking. I've never seen balls hit harder in my whole life. So many jokes there as well. Having said that, I saw home runs that were 450 yards, and I mean, like literally hitting the building across the street over the fence. And I'm like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, this is so stupid.
Have you even played against those guys like in the regular season, or is it?
No. So in this, anyways, but my point is, when you get blown out like that, it just sucks. You go, well, they're better than us, right? Sure. This one, in a weird way, is like, okay, it was competitive. We just beat ourselves, right? So, again, the running game was working. I think we should have stuck with that a little more and relieves a lot less pressure on Justin Herbert. I don't know why. For some reason this year, Greg Roman has gotten very stuck on passing the ball. And the 5-man front doesn't work. I just think they have to go back to 2 tight ends, Matlock, fullback, and just do something a little different. They just have to do something different. Go a little more conservative, but let Herbert make the throws that he can. So, yeah, that's just my view on it.
I agree. And it's crazy to me and I'm going to show some slides just about Omarion Hampton too. He did that with a bad O-line too. And it goes to show like what he was able to do and create with a bad O-line still. Yeah. And that's what's crazy about what Omarion Hampton is. Like, ride Omarion Hampton, Greg Roman, go back to that things that were working. And obviously late in that game, it was like, dude, I get it. You want to throw the ball, but like it has not been working that well at this point. Just what has been working. The secret sauce was run the freaking ball and keep doing it. And he just kind of stopped. And it was really, really frustrating to watch that. Really frustrating.
Yeah. He's going to get a lot of flack on that. This is a good question. Do you see the Bolts winning a playoff game? Be honest. Absolutely. I think they're going to be great. Now, again, I think it'll boil down to, guess what? Injuries. Yep. We met Matt Money Smith, and he had that conversation with us. I said, how many games do we win today or this year? He said, what did I say last year? I said, well, it's going to depend on injuries. He said, I'm going to say the exact same thing. It's going to depend on injuries. So it really is. It's how it's going to play out, man. If we can stay healthy,
I'll say this. As the team is right now, we're not in playoff ready shape. That's for sure.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Like, I mean, to seeing what we did today, we're not going to win a playoff game if this is the continuing trend in some way. So there needs to be adjustments. There needs to be something that, obviously players need to come back off injuries and stuff like that, but that's what needs to change for sure.
Yep. Yeah. And it's a long season and a long season basically to get to this, to that point, I should say. So a lot of things still need to adjust with this team and every single team in the NFL right now. I mean, even to say there's some scores going on right now where the Colts are losing to the Rams and, Chiefs are beating the Ravens. I mean, Raiders are beating the Bears right now too. So there's a lot of things kind of shifting around, and it's only week 4, guys. We're going into week 5 next week. So we'll see where it leads from that point. And I'm sure they'll make some good adjustments. So. And then just kind of moving on, Quentin Johnson had a great catch this game. It's crazy what Quentin Johnson's been doing for this team. A guy that people always kind of ready to bring out the pitchforks and torches and, trade him off and everything. I mean, he had 13 targets, 8 catches, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, that long one for 36. Like, looks great. Looks great, man. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do out there. And he's still leading this team in yards and touchdowns too. So, and even catches. It's crazy to see. I mean, Ladd McConkey only had 1 catch for 11, 6 targets. That is not a good stat line for him too. So bottom line, Quentin Johnson, oddly, I think everybody needs to just say, hey, look, we should be grateful to have Quentin Johnson on this team right now.
Sure. Yeah. He's literally holding it down on the wide receiver room right now.
He's holding it down.
He really has been. He has been. And the interesting thing about Quentin is he stays healthy. You notice that? Like, he might get a little banged up, but man, he never takes a direct hit either. Again, it goes back to, saving your body for a long NFL season. I think he does a good job of that. So, we're lucky to have him. And it's good to see that he's, having a breakout, year so far, at least.
Right.
But again, I don't know. Just going back, you were talking about Ladd McConkey. Ladd apparently last year, I think his first touchdown came week 5, if I remember correctly, something like that.
Yep.
So again, for whatever reason, I think he's kind of been a little bit off. Also, Keenan Allen's in the house now too, right? Yep. And Quentin is doing well. So, I think he's probably running different routes than he's ran in the past, and so he's taking a little bit of a different spot lining up as well. So I think that's probably affecting him a bit as well too. So just some thoughts there.
It's crazy. You also even got to throw out the Omarion Hampton situation too, and he's getting actually a lot more catches at this point too, which is kind of interesting thing to see. So the ball is being spread out a lot more. I mean, last year, we all know we didn't have a whole heck of a lot of targets, and Ladd McConkey essentially was the guy at that point. Quentin Johnson has been the guy this point of the season. So things could flip-flop at some point in time with this team too. And I want to say even last year at this time, I think Ladd McConkey only had maybe like 12 catches, 10 catches, something like that. So, I mean, it took a while for him to get ramped up and rolling. So either which way, we got to be grateful for Quentin Johnson and what he's doing for this team.
Yeah, and Coda says Raiders week 1. I guess that could be true, but I know
he did. Yes,
I know. I know. Overall, though, he did not really put up gaudy numbers until later on in the season. So, and the penalties, guys, I think that's what killed us. It was the turnovers and penalties. It is what it is, right? So, statistically speaking, we should have won this game. So that's the kick in the pills, boys and girls. Kick in the pills, right in the baby maker.
Yep.
But we got a picture of Omarion Hampton. I know we chatted a lot about him already too. I mean, absolute stud, guy that we should have been writing a lot more throughout this game. I mean, it's crazy to look at his stat lines of what he did. Stats are great, but the best stat is winning, right? 12 carries, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 54-yard straight up run for a touchdown. This guy's been a shoestring away from basically getting a lot of these big rips, and what he's doing is phenomenal to watch. Even also had 5 catches for 37 yards, give or take. If my math is correct, give or take, it's about 160 something yards. I think it's 164 yards, I think, that he had total offense, which is ridiculous from a running back. So bottom line, this guy should be getting a whole heck of a lot more touches. He should be running the ball a whole heck of a lot more than 12, because we only had 13 rushes this entire game, including Justin Herbert. No other running back touched the ball in this game. It was a very unbalanced game, 41 passes to 13 rushes.
Yeah.
Very unbalanced.
That's strange to me. Yeah.
And I mean, Giants were one of the worst against the run. That's what's funny about it. Attack their weakness. I don't know. It was working. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean that's a dumb Greg Roman thing right there. Like what was he doing here? Like, come on now, dog.
But that's like that was like his whole offense, like just to run the ball. And like, I know he's doing something different this year. I get it, but like, dude, stick with what's working, man.
Yeah,
stick with what's working.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when the offensive line is so leaky.
Exactly.
If you take away their pass rush when you run right at them, right? Because it's just a big part of it, right? So, but again, it's good to see that he's doing well. Again, remember, we're also the number 1 play action team in the NFL last year. We're not really doing that as much this year because we're not running the damn ball, period, right? So I don't know. It just seemed a little strange, the play calling. Maybe they saw something we didn't see. I don't know. But I would have ran the ball more. I would have just said, all right, Omarion, we need you. Use the force, at least, get him to 20 touches. That's what I would have gotten to.
One thing I really loved about the rush was where he had that extra, like, it was kind of like reminding me of beast mode back in the day.
Yeah.
Because Marshawn Lynch, where he basically had a run where it kind of seemed like it was almost like a dead in the water type run. And then he like got an extra like 15 yards, I think, on that rush, where he just basically just pushing. You could see it as a 3rd and 1. And it almost seemed like Justin Herbert was going to try to push him to get it at the first down. Then he kind of was like, nah, dude, you got it, bro. Right. And just like 3rd and 1, just kept going. Legs churning. I loved to see that run. And I have not seen a power back like that for the Chargers in a very long period of time of doing something like that. And it was great. And I think that's the play that I think got Omarion Hampton rolling. In my
Yeah, I agree.
100%. Yeah, that was
great.
freaking electric to watch, dude. That was amazing. Yeah.
I love that.
And again, the reason why the play action matters too is if you run play action, you are going to get safeties to drop down in the box, and then you can throw the ball deep, right? Ladd will be more open. Quentin Johnson will be more open. Keenan Allen will be more open. So it was a little shocking to me that they just didn't do that. They still stayed in their 4 high. But again, because they only rushed 4 and they got plenty of pressure and they stopped the run enough because we only ran the ball 12 times, right? So it's like, oh, we didn't have to. So, yeah.
Well, that was just it too, though. Like when I first, I came in watching the game late, to be honest. But what the announcers were saying right away is that Abdul Carter, that defensive end, was not fooled by the play action at all the entire time.
Yeah.
So, and he was blowing it up every single time. So it's like, well, that's probably why they abandoned it, because Justin was getting hit too many times, and they were just, the offensive line was not allowing them to set it up correctly. So at least early on. So I think they abandoned the baby, pretty fast.
We'll go back to the whole topic of that discussion about being pressured. Chargers gave up 27 pressures in this game.
27.
In contrast, we had 56 plays the entire game. So it was dang near almost 50% of the time Justin Herbert was getting harassed. That is not going to be winning football, period. That is not a good thing at all to see that happen. So getting a 50% pressure rate, that's some high numbers, guys. That's some very, very high numbers. So, but bottom line, next week, I hope to see a whole heck of a lot more of Omarion Hampton out there, especially with kind of we're basically putting together a Frankenstein offensive line at this point. And
right.
He's still running well and doing well, but great to see that. That's good. If I'm going to say anything out of this game, Omarion Hampton looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Box of Bolt says, Chargers going for the pressures allowed record. Yeah, probably.
Goodness.
Unfortunately, Justin Herbert won't enjoy that, right? But no, I'll give you my final thoughts. I think bottom line, this is a game that we beat ourselves. You could argue all day Jaxson Dart was amazing. No, he was not. He was okay. He did well enough. Cam Scatterbo did well enough, but we gave up way too many pressures, way too many penalties, and the turnovers killed us. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. We lost by 3 points, and we gave up 11 of turnovers alone. And penalties was, 107 yards and 14 penalties? Yeah. We basically doubled our penalties for the entire season in one game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So that's crazy, right? So, you can't win NFL football when it goes that way, right? So, in the play calling, you could argue all day. Like I said, could have done better, stuck to the run more, whatever. But look, I just think they played sloppy football. They did. The more I think about it, it was sloppy football. 14 penalties, not good enough. And I think Harbaugh's going to come back and he's going to be hard on them, and we'll go from there. So
100%. They need to address those penalties hard this week. We're playing against Washington at home next week, so we need to get that, put a freaking lid on that, because that is unacceptable. We're not. That's not the kind of team that we are. And but man, shout out to Hampton. It was 165 total yards for the day for him.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. So I wish that we could have been more. He could have hit 200. He could have hit 200 today, y'all. That would have been amazing. But hey, at the end of the day, look, I'll just repeat it again. It's only one loss. We're 3-1, and it was an NFC game. In my opinion, everything's fine. Sure, we need to make some adjustments, but there will be some things look down the road in the long scale of things. One loss against an NFC team does not hurt us that much. We still are leading the division. We're still top in the AFC. We can do this still, unless someone else comes out to be 4-0 this week. So, but that's it.
Let's get the injuries out of the way.
Yeah,
beginning of the season, and then be solid going into the playoffs. That's Mekhi Becton changes things, right? He's not out. That's a big man.
That's a big difference. Yeah.
So
big difference. Yeah. My last thoughts here too, guys. hey, move on to the next game. Going against the Commanders next week. Jaden Daniels will probably be playing next week too against us because I think he was almost going to play this week. Marcus Mariota came out today, lost against the Falcons. You know what? Look, on to the next. Let's just get healthy. We'll get this team right. Hey, we'll be back at home. I think things will get a little bit better for us for this next game too. And we'll obviously keep you guys updated throughout the week and everything too. And also, let's go Ravens. Let's go Bengals. And let's go Bears. Let's just make it happen, boys.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We want the Ravens to win today for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
for
absolutely. Sure. Yep.
All right, guys.
Hey, hang on one sec. Before we do it, I got a request, just because of our longtime fans here.
You gotta give him that hook too and spit on that thing.
Come on now, Madison. You gotta cheer up Justin Herbert. Come on now.
And yes, box of bolts, 3-1. I'll still take that all day. We're still first place in the division, by the way.
All right, guys. We're the Boat Bros. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Boat Bros.
Boat Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching the Boat Bros podcast.